guys? I hope everyone is doing well and having a great year so far. For those of you who are not new, I go by the name of Jason, and I would like to welcome you to my channel. For those of you who are not, welcome back. So basically, in this video, guys, I wanted to show you a simple monolithic application that I built with Springboot. It's just a basic login and sign in and login application. Um, I'm using Springboot in this one, but there's also a couple of other technologies that I'm working with, but it's nothing too hectic or anything like that. So I just wanted to do a little project for the sole purpose of practicing, and always it's always good to always code something. If you spend too much time not doing any coding, whenever you have to come back to it, it becomes a little daunting every now and then. But without me wasting any time and talking too much, I'm just gonna proceed to show you what I have built so far. So as you can see on the screen there, what you're seeing now is the welcome page of the application itself. So this is the sign in button and the sign up action button. So obviously this will send you to the login form, and then if you go back to the home page, click on the sign up button, it takes you to the sign up page. So let's start with the sign up. So at the moment in my database I have only about 2 users with it, which is John Doe and Jane Doe. Now before we sign up, I think maybe let me show you. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's first sign up. So basically this is what you're gonna see when it comes to the sign up page. Basically you just have to fill in your first name, last name, email, password, etc. You know, the basics. So if I were to say let me say Sam, and then I'll say Smith, Sam dot at example.com, and then the password will be something simple. So now before I click sign up, there's a couple of things I wanted to show you. So we will be doing some validations, but the validations that we're going to do is going to be custom. I didn't use any dependencies or anything like that, so I made my own custom validations. And so for example, let me show you. We can validate emails. So if I were to say sign up, you're gonna see that, okay, let me do this. Okay, so the HTML form is basically on Microsoft Edge is doing some front-end validations, but I'll show you some other validations as well. So we have passwords do not match. I changed the password a bit here, and as you can see, the email validation as well also just worked. And so we will be touching into custom validations and all of that. I just wanted to show you that before we actually sign up the user. So I'm going to just continue now, and then let me correct the password and sign the user up. Again, before I click sign up, I also implemented some email notifications and all of that. So as you're gonna see now, when I click sign up, it's gonna take a while to process the form because it's trying to send an email in the back end. So I'm just gonna show you that quickly. So let's quickly sign up and let's see if we're gonna get an email notification. So in terms of the email service provider that I'm using Mailtrap, which is open source. Well, it's not necessarily open source, but you can create and sign up for a free account, and then you can use it to test out emails, notifications, or sending out emails. So as you can see, our email verification notification came in. So if I were to go back to the app, now we have a success page. So after signing up, the application will send out an email, and then if everything is all in order, you'll be redirected to a success page notifying you that this registration was successful. And then what you need to do now is just click on sign up or sign in, sorry. And then, for example, as you saw, the name was Sam Smith, right? So I'm going to show you something quickly. Samsmith at example.com, and then I'm going to say password password 12 um, sorry password 123. So now if I were to click sign in, you're going to see there's also another verification or validation that's going to kick in here. So if I say sign in, you get this error message where it says your account has not yet been verified, please check your email for verification and all of that. So at least a user has to first verify their account before trying to sign in and all of that, which means that we have to come back here, and then if you click on this verification account or email, you'll see now here we have the option to just click on verify, and if I click on verify at the moment, now our account should be verified. So your account has been verified successfully, then we can proceed to sign in. So by the way, I have the application side, what you call it, open here in Edge. So now if I try to sign in again, we should be able to go to the dashboard. Now as you can see, now we are signed in because our account is verified. My apologies again, I should have showed you what happens when a person signs up and what information is going to be showing here, but it's basically simple. You will get to see this later on when we set up all our what you call it, our registration process and all of that stuff. But yeah, we do I will show you everything once we get to it, but let's go back to the app. So now again, the dashboard is pretty much simple. There's nothing much going on over here. You just sign in, and then this is what you can see in terms of what's in the dashboard. So you can either sign out, by the way, when you log in, you get to see your name, first name means first name, last name, and then also your email address. And then you can either sign out. If you want to change your password, you can change your password. Let's go and change our password. Now this process is going to be simple, but I'm going to also show you something else. So the current password is password 123, and then password 123, let's say 4, and then password 1234. So now there's also some verifications here. The basic one is basically all fields need to be filled in, but there's also other things, like for example, if you want to say, if you put in the incorrect current password, if I say submit, you will get an error message that says current password is incorrect, right? So I'm gonna put that back in, and then 4, and then 1234. Again, even here, if the passwords do not match, you will get a error message that says passwords do not match. And then as you can see, the fields are highlighted. So let's do that again. 1 2 3 4 2 3 4. So now if everything is in order, we should be able to update our password. As you can see, operation was successful. If I click back, we go back to the dashboard. I'm going to sign out. As you can see, you have successfully logged out. Then I'm going to sign back in again. I'm going to log in with the new password, and as you can see, we can sign in. Now that's not all we can do. As you can see, we have a link here that says forgot password. So now if I click there, let's say I have forgotten my password and I don't know what it is. Now I have to fill in an email address that's supposed to be registered, but obviously to be on the safe side, we're not gonna let whoever is trying to do this know whether or not they've inserted a correct password or not. But obviously, if we don't put in a correct email address, for example, if I did this and I say submit, it'll just say this. But as you can see, if an email will be sent to the provided email address, if it exists, please check your email and proceed. Obviously that email didn't exist, so but that's one of the things. But then let me just process this. So I'm going to insert the correct email address, and then when I click submit, again you're going to see it take a minute or so because it's trying to send an email in the background. But after we do this, what it's going to do is it's going to reset the account of this person. So if I click submit, what this is going to do is basically you'll see now, okay, so it's done sending the email out. But as you can see now over here, there's no token, there is no code, and obviously the account needs to be verified once. But if I refresh my database, you'll see now there's a verification token and also a verification code. So now if I go back to where I get my emails, you see now I get this email address, this email notification that says change password. So all we have to do now is copy this temporary password, and then we just have to click the below. So by clicking that link, it'll take us here to the page where we have to change our password. But I want you to take note of what's happening up here. So as you can see, there's a token over here and also a verification code, which is the same verification code that matches what's in the database here. So now, as you can see at the moment, we are able to access this link because these two this verification token and code is currently what exists in the database. My apologies. It's currently what you will see here in the database. So now I'm going to proceed to change the password. So the current password is what we copied in the email, which is this over here, right? Again, I'm going to show you something. So if I were to make a small change, you'll see now if I say submit, current password is incorrect. So as you can see, we are verifying and validating everything within the same way we did when we were changing or updating our password. So I'm just gonna refresh and go back. So I'm gonna put in the correct password, then I'm just gonna change my password and all, and then submit. So now everything should be fine. I'm gonna click on sign in. So now let's go back to the database. So as you remember, now this token over here and verification code, these two should be cleared now. So if I refresh my database, you should see nothing between the two. Now let's go back to where we got our email notification. So now so if you remember, if I'm just going to click back, we shouldn't be able to access this page anymore because that verification token and code has been cleared. So if I were to refresh now, as you can see, you get an error message. This is a custom error page that I just made, but you should be seeing this now because there is also a validation that I put in place to say that, look, if this token and this code doesn't exist anywhere in the database or anything like that, rather just send a user to an error page and say something went wrong, contact your administrator. I'm gonna click back, then we can sign in again. So this is just so that nobody uses the same code and token to try and change the user's password and whatnot. Alright, so we can proceed to log in. Let me see, Sam at example.com, and I think the password was password 123, should be, yeah. So alright, so now as you can see, we can sign in, we can sign out, we can change our password if we want to. So remember, this page is using the exact, or the page that we were changing our password in, it's using the exact same page. The only difference is the route and the process in terms of what you do when you try and change your password. So so yeah, I think that's basically it. So there's two places where you get to see an email getting sent out. It's here by the registration page, and then the other one is here where you forgot your password. So you get two types of email, the verification one and the change password one. Alright, and then that's basically it. So I think that should be everything about the app. Yeah, so yeah, just to notify you guys, so the technologies I use, like I said, it's mainly Spring Boot. I'm using Java Server Pages. I haven't used anything like Timeleaf. I know a lot of people, when it comes to Spring Boot, they use Timeleaf, but I like using Java Server Pages. I don't know anything about whether or not it is better performance wise or whatnot, but I like how it gives you various options in terms of how you can be dynamic on the front end when you're building applications, and then we're going to be using Bootstrap for a couple of things like the what you call it, the layout of the application, and a little bit of custom CSS. And then within the JSP pages as well, you'll get to see how you can use some of the JSTL code tags and JSP expressions that come with that you can use within Java Server pages or JSPs. So like I said, it's not a lot of technologies, it's just a couple. These ones, the what you call it, I haven't been doing anything hectic with the I didn't do anything hectic when it comes to the Java Server pages and JSTL code tags and JSP expressions. But so these are the technologies we will be using. In terms of these resources here, like these images that you see, like as you can see, each and every page has a different like image and all of that. If you go to sign up, it's different. If you go to home, it's different. If you log in, for example, Sam Smith, as you can see, the pages are different. So let me see, change password. As you can see, change password as well is different. So to get these resources, I got them from a website called Undraw. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. So this is where I got the illustrations that you see there. But you won't have to download any of this. I already have the app already designed, like the layout itself, the way what you see right now. I have it designed. I have it in my GitHub repository. I will share a link as to I will put a link into the in the description to the to the layout templates and whatnot, and also the source code of this whole project. So if I were to show you within what you call it, this is IntelliJ. So the source code to this project as well, I'll put it in the description below. But don't stress about this. When we build the application, we're basically just gonna come in here and then we'll just copy the templates as they are, and when we set up the project and everything, so you won't need to see me design this whole thing from scratch. I did it this way to try and avoid making the videos way too long. But in any case, we will build it step by step, and then we will basically come to the repository, just copy some of the source code for the layout, and then everything else we will code from scratch, like the back end of the whole setup of the routes within the controllers and everything like that, the validations, that we will code from scratch. It is only the design where we won't be doing anything from scratch, because I think that can be time consuming. So that's it for the project, guys. Hopefully, for some of you who don't know Spring Boot, you will get to learn something, and I guess that's pretty much it for the video. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate the support, and that's it for the video. I'll be seeing you guys within the next video. Thanks again, and cheers for now.